Shri Namaha. Sri Sailesha Dayabatram Vibhaktyadi Gunarnavam Yatindra Prabanam Vande Ramyaja Mataram Munim Lakshminada Samarambham Nathayamana Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantham Vande Guru Parambaram Nityam Achyudapadam Bhujayukma Rukma Vyamohadastathitarani Trunayamene Asmat Gurur Bhagavatosya Dhayeka Santoho Ramanujasya Charanau Charanam Prapatye. Namaskaram to all. Continuing our journey of learning the 108 Divyadesams. Today we are going to, in this part, see about one of the Tayar's Tirustalam. Emberuman is a Sriyapadi. Always Emberuman and Tayar are together. But there are certain temples where Tayar has got the most importance. And we are going to see a couple of such temples, also to see how Emberuman is showing us a way by himself being an example of a Sriyapadi. The temple that we are going to see today is called Tirukoli. This name might sound a little bit unfamiliar in the current context for some of us, but it is a place called Uraiyur in Trichy, in Tamil Nadu. In ancient times, this was called as Tirukoli. It's also called as Nichilapuri. This Uraiyur was the capital of the Chola kingdom. The Cholas were ruling and they were having the capital in and around. And Uraiyur was a capital of Chola kingdom by the history. And this temple is called Nachiyar Kovil. And Tayar here is called Kamadavalli Tayar. Nachiyar. And this temple is around 6 or 7 kilometers from Srirangam, Thiruvarangam, which we saw in the previous part. And many of the Vaishnavites or even the authentic people who go to Thiruvarangam always visits Nachiyar Kovil in Uraiyur. There is a history behind this temple, how Kamalavalli Nachiyar stayed there. And when Emberuman is coming there, because Adiyan told that this is a temple of Tayar, but Emberuman also comes here. There is a Mulava Vigraham for Emberuman, but the Utsavar is always coming from Srirangam. The history goes like this. There was a Chola king called Nanda Chola. He was a very ardent, he was praying Emberuman, and he did a lot of Kainkariam in Thiruvarangam. And he was a great Bhakta to Emberuman. And he did not have any children. So that was one of his unhappiness. And in spite of that one, he was doing a lot of Kainkariam in Thiruvarangam. And one day, Emberuman came in his dream and he told that he will have soon a child. So what happened in the next few days when Nanda Chola was going around for hunting, so they used to have a practice of going for hunting animals. And when he was in a forest for hunting, he heard a very a child noise, a baby noise somewhere around a pond. So he went there and looked at it out, and in a pond where in a lotus flower, he saw a beautiful baby, a girl baby. And then he took that baby, he reminded about what Emberuman came in the dream and told. So he took that baby and then he started to have this child as his own daughter and brought her up. But one day then again, Emberuman came in his dream and told that the child or the girl baby that has been a daughter of Nanda Chola was Periyavirat Tayar herself. It was Emberuman's the bhakti that what Nanda Chola showed. Emberuman told that this because of that Periyavirat herself came as a daughter for him, and Emberuman told that he will come and marry her in Uraiyur, because that's a place where she was brought up. And Emperuman comes on one of the day. This is the Pankani Uttaram day, 6th day, where Emperuman visits Uraiyur. And the Nanda Chola was very happy. He arranged a big marriage for Tayar and Peruman in Uraiyur. And this day is still happening of this visit of Emperuman from Srirangam to Uraiyur on the 6th day of the Pankani Uttaram day. And the celebrations happen. And then because of the love that what the Tayar had with Nanda Chola, she stayed in Uraiyur, and Nanda Chola built a big temple for Tayar, and which is what today we call it out as a Nachiyar temple in Trichy, Uraiyur. Here, as Adiyan mentioned, the Moodava Peruman is called Shri Manavada Peruman, Manavada Alagiya Manavada Peruman, and Tayar is a Kamalavalli Nachiyar. The Utsava Peruman, there is no separate Utsava for Emperuman here. Utsavar always, the Namperuman in Utsavar from Srirangam, he comes one day, he stays there together with Tayar on this Pankani Uttaram 6th day, and then he goes back to Srirangam. That's the Utsavam that even today that it happens during the Pankani Uttaram day. That is a history, small history of this temple, and Tayar stays there, and today anybody who visits Srirangam, that's the reason they also visit Uraiyur to get the blessings of Tayar to the Kamalavalli Nachiyar too. Even though but Ranganachiyar is there in Srirangam, it is for this particular history where we visit Uraiyur. Also, Uraiyur is a very great Acharya place. One of the Alvar, Tiruppan Alvar, he was born here in this place of Uraiyur. So that's the reason also that we should visit there and get the blessings of this Alvar. This Alvar he was born in a low caste, and he was not be able to go inside into Thiruvarangam temple and pray Emperuman. So he always stayed outside on one of the banks of Kaveri river, and he used to pray. And he has created one of the Prabandham called Amalanadi Piran. Amalanadi Piran, Adiyar Kennai, Atpadutta Vimalan, Vinnavargon, Brayar, Budil, Venkadavan, Nimalan, Ninmalan, Nidivanaman, Nid Madilarangatamman, Tirukkamalapadam, and then Kanni Nullana Vukindrade. So he is saying that Emperuman's lotus feet, they are coming into his eyes where he is standing in one of the banks of Kaveri. Such is the mercy that Emperuman shows on his bhakta, irrespective of caste or whatever it is, because the true bhakti, Emperuman also himself shows his lotus feet. And Tiruppan Alvar, he was born in this place of Uraiyur. Also, there is another disciple of Sri Ramanuja, Sri Pillai Urangavalidasa. He is also born in this place. And so that is the certain Acharya and Alvar birthplaces that this Uraiyur has got as its own uniqueness. The Utsavams that happens in this particular temple is a Pankani Uttaram temple, Utsavam. During the 6th day, we celebrate that one in Uraiyur. Emperuman comes here. And Emperuman here is in a standing posture, while Tayar is in a sitting posture. And the Vimanam, the tower is called as a Kalyana Vimanam, and also there is a Kalyana Tirtham, there is a pond around this temple. These are the features of this particular temple. We should visit there to get the blessings of Tayar. It's not too far away from Srirangam. And Alvar's Mangala Sasanam, even though Tiruppan Alvar was born there, Thirumangai Alvar is the only Alvar who has done the Mangala Sasanam of this particular temple with a Pasuram in Periya Tirumozhi. That is that goes like this: Kozhiyum Kudalum Koyil Kunda Kovalare Uppar Kundramanna Paliyam Dolum or Nangudayo Pandivar Tammayum Kandariyo. Kodi here, he refers to Tirukkozhi, Uraiyur. And he has done the Mangala Sasanam of this particular temple, and that's why it is part of the 108 Divyadesam. So these are the few glimpses of Nachiyar temple in Uraiyur. we should get the Bhaktas can go there and get the blessings of Tayars, and all the blessings can be there for the Bhaktas for this particular temple. The next temple is also, we are going to see one of the temple where Tayar has got the most importance. While in Shri Uraiyur, we saw that one Tayar stays there, Emperuman visits, and there is a history behind that. This particular temple, which is called Thiruvellarai, this is also near Trichy. It's also a Chodanat Thirustalam. And in this particular temple also, Tayar has got the most importance. And there is a history also on why they are doing that one here. Emperuman wants to show always through his Tirunamam itself. He is a Shriyapadi. His Tirunamam itself is Shriman Narayanan, with Sri Mahalakshmi Tayar's name in the front, and then the Tirunamam of Emperuman comes. So he gives those type of things to Tayar, and this is what this temple also shows. And Thiruvellarai, here the Emperuman is called as Puntari Peruman, and Tayar, there are two Tayars, Pankajavalli Nayaki and Sri Shankamallavalli Nayaki Tayars. They are staying here. So what is that uniqueness of this particular temple, why Tayar is given importance? Even though in all the temples, Tayar is the most, the first one to be, we go and pray, and then we go to Emperuman. So here, even in the Utsavams, when it happens, when they are, the Utsava Murtis are coming around, Tayar comes in the front and Emperuman comes behind her. And that is the one, even today, if you go and see that Thiruvellarai Utsavams, it happens, Tayar comes around first, and then Emperuman is behind. And that is the uniqueness of this particular temple. The history goes of this particular temple, how and it was built by whom. There was a North Indian king called Chibi. The king Chibi, he was ruling this particular Chola king area at one point of time. So when he was ruling, Chibi was ruling this particular area, he had one time, there was a white pig that was coming to this place, his town, and it was eating all the food grains and doing a lot of disturbances to the people around. So then he asked his people to go and solve that problem of maybe kill that white pig or send it to forest. And they tried to chase this white pig, but those people could not, because every day it was coming back, and they could not chase and capture that particular white pig. Chibi got a little bit upset, and he said that he himself would do that one, and he will go and capture this white pig today. So one day he started to chase the white pig. On seeing him, it started to run. And then he was keep on going behind that one. At one point of time, it entered into a forest, and then it went into a bush. Beyond that, he could not suddenly see that white pig. See, until that particular time, he was able to see, but suddenly the white pig has disappeared, and he could not see. But when he was going inside the bush and seeing, he saw one saint, Maharishi. This is Markandeya Maharishi, who was sitting there and looking at Chibi coming there, searching for something. So then Markandeya Maharishi, he asked Chibi, what is he looking for? And then when he told that there was a white pig that was coming to his place, and then he now chased that particular white pig, but now suddenly it disappeared. Then saint, who has got this jnanam, he is aware of what has been happening, and then he told that one, there is a snake burrow, the nest for snake in sand. So there it was nearby. So he asked Chibi to take a milk and pour that milk onto this particular burrow without stopping. So then he said that, okay, saint is telling something, and then he has to go and do, and Chibi started doing that, and he started to pour milk. When he started to pour milk, the sand was dissolving, and then at one point of a time, below the sand, he saw a vigraham of Emperuman. And that is a vigraham today, which we call it out as a Puntari Peruman in Thiruvellarai. And both Markandeya Maharishi and Chibi had the darshan of Emperuman through this Vigraham. And then the Chibi Chakravarti built this particular temple in that particular forest area. That's why today when we go to Thiruvallarai, it looks like a rock temple. You have to climb a bit, but it's not like a big rock temple like a Tirupati or Tirumalai, but it is still you have to go up with some few steps. And this is the forest area where Chibi built this particular temple around for Emperuman, Pundarikaksha Peruman, and also the Tayars there. And the Tayar is given most importance into this temple. So the uniqueness of that temple itself is because of Tayar. That is what they say. And also Emperuman is in the standing posture. The another feature of this particular temple is that if you normally go to the inside sanctum of Peruman, that is we call it out as a Garbhagraham. Normally Tayar Peruman would be there, or sometimes you have the Garudalvars and the Utsava Murtis are there. But in this particular temple, the uniqueness, there is also Indra and Chandra. That is the Indran, and also the Devas. The Chandra is also there inside the Garbhagraham, inside the, and also there is Garudalvar at inside that one, and Adisesha. So all of these Nityasurigal as well as the Devas are inside together with Emperuman and two Tayars is one of the uniqueness they mention about this Thiruvallarai temple. Also, this temple has got two entrances. We call it out as they call as Uttarayana and Dakshinayana entrances, because during the period of January to June, which is the period of the Uttarayana, they open one of the entrance, they close the other. And during the remaining period from July to December, they open another entrance. This is a practice even today, which they have it with the two entrances. And also there is a third entrance, which they call it out as a Nadigetan Vasal. In Tamil, we call it. This is a Nadigetan, means it is the questioning the time or questioning place. In English, we could translate like that. And that particular instant is that here Tayar is the ruling person, and so she has got the most importance. So one day Emperuman himself was going around to see the Bhaktas, and when he was coming back and he was entering through that particular door, he was coming late. And it is said that one Tayar stopped him there and questioned why he was so late. And that's why this particular entrance is called as the Nadigetan Vasal, is what that some of the unique things about the features about this Thiruvallarai is being written or being told by our acharyas and people who in the books also. And about the acharyas who was born here, one of the Vaishnava acharyas in our Guru Parambarai, Shri Uyakkondar, he was born into this place. His Tiruvadara place is this one, Thiruvallarai. There are also Vishnu Chittar, Engalalvan. There are some of the acharyas. They have also been born into this place. So it has got good blessings of acharya also, apart from Emperuman and Tayar. And there are 7 ponds into this in this temple, which is very swastika is a pond which they say it's very unique and also famous in Thiruvallarai. Peruman is in a standing position. He is looking in the east one. The tower is called Vimalakriti Vimanam. Alvars who has sung is Periyalvar, and Thirumangai Alvar has done the Mangala Sasanam. The Periyalvar's Pasuram in this particular temple is the one that it is part of the Nityanusanthanam. That means on our daily routine when we are doing the Tiruvaradhanam for Emperuman, this is one of the things after Emperuman takes a bath and when he has to take the Thiruman, and these 10 Pasurams which Periyalvar has sung is the one which talks about how we need to Emperuman has to come and have this Thiruman from us in the Tiruvaradhanam every day. And one of the Pashuram is Indiranodu Brahman Ishan Yamayavarallam Mandiramamadar Kundu Maraindu Varai Vandu Nindrar Chandiran Madigai Cherum Shadarargal Vellarai Nindrai Andiyam Bodhidavahum Alagane Kapidavarai. Kapidal is the one which is a Thiruman and all the sandal and kumkum, and we are just praying to Embaraman through these pasurams to come. And at that point he says Thiruvallarai, the one which is the Vellarai Nindrai, means he is one who is staying in Thiruvallarai. That's the uniqueness, because Alvars always praises not only about Embaraman, the place where he has chosen and to be there is the most important thing, and we have to go there and get the blessings of Embaraman and Tayar, and also the Purva Acharyas who has made their footsteps there. And that is about this particular temple of Thiruvallarai. So both these Tirukoli and Thiruvallarai is at this time, it's one of the Tayar's importance temples, because where Tayar has been given an importance, and that's why Adiyan took Tirukoli along with Thiruvarangam and also this Thiruvallarai to show that uniqueness of this particular temple. We will see furthermore temples in the next parts. We finished that here for today. Srimati Ramanujaya Namaha. Alvargal Tiruvadigaleye Sharanam, Brahmanar Tiruvadigaleye Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigaleye Sharanam, Acharyan Swami Tiruvadigaleye Sharanam.